Okay, so here's a little exercise you can do to warm up your spinal mobility, your spinal torque, your spinal twist. You start on 2 inside edges at the same time, and you just take your arms back and forth like this, and the legs go in the other direction. I add a little bit of a bounce to this. And if you want to have some fun with it, okay, so that's a good exercise for warming up that twistability, which is so important for doing difficult turns and Choctaws. Oh, here's a little warm up for practicing your turnout and your turn in. Turn out, turn in. Going wide and turning out and turn in. And out and turn in. Here's a little challenge for you. So you start on, you can pick a line, and I'm going to see how many times I can go around in a pivot. So this is 1, 2, not quite 2.5. I practiced this before and I was able to do 3. You gotta decide what the best strategy is for this. I think starting with a pretty good bend and starting with your feet fairly close together, probably. Oh, slipped right at the beginning. That's not gonna work at all. Gotta keep this toe pointed. Okay, so 1, 2, almost 2.5. The secret here is you propel yourself by this stroke, and you have a lot of weight on this stroking foot. But to keep your balance, you want to then transfer most of your weight. Once this foot is all the way out and extended, you want to transfer most of your weight to the toe pick and keep the balance on the toe pick. So here we go again. That was only 2. Well, maybe you can do better than that. Maybe you can do a triple or a quad. I don't think I've ever done a quad. Maybe for some of you it's even difficult to go around once, but it's a good practice exercise for being able to do this pivot. A little bit unstable, but I think I got 3 rotations there. And you want to go down into a full extension to get the most thrust. And so you want to be in this low position at the end of your stroke. And you also have to decide whether you're going to get your speed all at once and then sustain that speed, or get your speed more gradually. Like, am I going to try to get speed and then keep my balance? I think that might work pretty good. Let me try that again. So I'm going to try to thrust. So my foot's here on the line. I'm going to get most of my speed and speed. Okay, have fun with that. You can do that on all 4 of your pivots. Back outside on right or left. Forward inside 2 on right or left. Maybe the forward's easier. Okay, here's Ryoko going to try this challenge and see how many times she can go around in this pivot. So that looks like 2.5. Yeah, so you didn't just sustain the edge in a big position here. You brought your foot in at the end, which is That's okay, that's allowed. One, not, yeah, well, the idea, maybe I should set the rules that you have to stay in the open position, that you can't bring it in, because you could bring it in and go around in a little spin. So yeah, well, that's looking pretty good, yeah. And hold that position and keep it going. Yeah, so in this position, this wide open position, you want to make it as quiet as possible. So that you have less friction on this edge. You don't want to have a lot of noise. Yeah. Put most of your weight on the toe. Good, nice. All right. Yeah, so this exercise is good practice. If you're going to do a change foot spin, you want to pivot and then bring your foot in to do your change foot of your spin. So that's why that particular pivot is useful to be able to do. And to do it in a low position is also good, because it's nice if when you do your change of foot on a sit spin, you can stay right down in that low position as you make the change of foot. I didn't do a very good job there. Maybe if I warmed up a little better, I'd do better, but I'm gonna try to stay right down there, put the toe pick in, and change foot. Yeah. All right. Judges, you should recognize the skaters who stay low on their change of foot on a sit, change, sit. You can give them a little bit more GOE for that.